Tim, should we tell the listeners how to join the Golfweek Amateur Tour?
Yes, of course. We should probably do it now before we forget, though.
I agree. It's simple. All you need to do is go to amateurgolftour.net, click the Join the Tour button, and pay your local tour's membership.
Thanks, Chris. Membership for 2024 is open, so register today to join the oldest, largest, and best amateur tour in the country.
And remember, this podcast can be found on all the major platforms. So make sure you like, download, and share it with all your friends and family.
Chris, that's a great idea. Now, on to the show. The 2024 Golfweek Amateur Tour season has kicked off, and this episode of the podcast will be a compilation of interviews that were done at the first two regionals, the Southern Icebreaker in Hilton Head that was played at the Trent Jones course in Palmetto Dunes, and second round was at Harbor Town in Sea Pines, and then the Western States Icebreaker, which was at the Paiute Resort Golf Club this past weekend in Las Vegas. Hope you enjoy the episode.
Ladies and gentlemen, Golfweek Amateur Tour, the podcast. Talking about all things Golfweek Amateur Tour, including interviews with tour directors, players, and course pros. Now, here are your hosts, Atlanta Tour Director Tim Newman and El Paso Las Cruces Director Chris Rocha.
Welcome back. This segment will feature interviews from the leaders of the Southern Icebreaker that was completed at the Robert Trent Jones course in Palmetto Dunes. We're here at Harbor Town on the second day of the Icebreaker. We've got the Sea Flight leader after day one, Kevin LePage from Charlotte. Welcome, Kevin.
Good morning.
Thanks for taking some time before you go out and get warmed up. It looks like it's going to be a great day. Yesterday didn't start off too well. I mean, it was rainy and cold, and actually finished up to be a beautiful day, didn't it?
It did. I mean, the forecast wasn't looking too good for the mornings. When we got up, it was raining pretty good, and got to the course, and the rain stopped, but the wind was there. I mean, it was 30, 40 mile an hour winds, and we knew it was going to be a tough day on the course, but then it turned out to be 65 degrees and sunny.
Exactly. It turned out really great. After you guys teed off, I kind of went home and thought I had a free day and started doing some work, did a little bit outside. I was surprised how well it turned out. Let's talk about your round yesterday. So you shot a great round of 81.
Yeah, at the end of the day when we tallied up the scorecard and it came in with a 81, it was actually shocking to me. I knew I was playing well, but I didn't think it was that low.
Yeah, what hole did you start on?
Started on 13, and it was wind was left to right. I hit my drive, and we thought we lost it, but it was still in the rough. Hit my second shot, bounced right of the green, ended up in the crap, so I had to take a drop. Chipped up to within 5 feet, made my bogey putt, and I was like, okay, I can survive this thing if I just keep the ball in play, and that's all I did for the rest of the day.
Well, you did a really good job. I mean, if you look at your round, you know what you scored on each hole. When you talk about a Sea Flight player and playing a solid round, that's what you had. You had one double bogey, one birdie, and the rest were pars and bogeys.
Yeah, my goal yesterday was just to try not to make a big number, and I didn't get my double till the 17th hole. It was a big backup, and I kind of rushed my second shot, and again the ball bounce right of the green. It was in a pampas grass, and one of the guys said, well, why don't you try to take a whack at it? And I'm like, there's 4 feet of pampas grass right there. I'm not going to try to hit it out of it. So I took it unplayable and almost made my bogey putt. But, for an 81 on a regular tour, this is, I think, my 5th or 6th regular tour event. I looked at my Facebook page this morning, and last year I played here and I shot 49-47. And so to come back here a year later and to shoot an 81, I'm just really happy the way I played.
Well, for a Sea Flight player, that's the kind of round where we actually look for a Sea Flight player. Nice, solid round, not many high numbers. I can make a lot of birdies, but you're just going to play consistent, par bogey golf, and you really did that. But you also got a birdie on hole number 15. Walk us through that hole.
Yeah, that was, I started off bogey. Our second hole was a par 4. I made par. Third hole was a par 5. And I just hit a really good drive right down the middle. I hit a solid 3-wood. I was about 118 yards out and into the wind. And I'm like, okay, I just got to put an 8-iron up there. I mean, and everybody's like, to me, it's like an 8-iron would have been like a 145-yard shot. But the wind was dead in our face. And I put it within 15 feet and made a left to right breaker and got it in. And it was early in the round, so I didn't think it would stand up. But, I went bogey, par, birdie, and I'm like, okay, I'm feeling it today. The only bad thing is I had a headache. I had a headache all day yesterday, and finally about hole, I think it was 16 or 14, the car girl came around. I said, do you have any Powerade or something? I need something to get some electrolytes out. And I woke up with a headache. I came to the course with a headache, but, I didn't let that bother me. I just tried to stay focused and one swing at a time. I wasn't looking forward.
Well, I don't wish you have a headache today, but maybe that's the secret sauce. But again, that birdie paid off for you. $230 skin. I think you're the only C-Flight player that got a skin yesterday.
I don't know. I didn't look at the skin thing. I know that when I got here this morning, Susan said, hey, I got a little bit of money for you, and so it's always nice to cash in on these. But, just overall, I'm just looking forward to a great round today here at Harbortown. I get the lead, but, anything can happen, especially this course. And I'm just going to do what I did yesterday, grind, take one swing at a time and just, keep it in play.
Yeah, that's really a good approach here. We talked earlier. You said you got a caddy, and like I told you, I think if you've never played here before, that's probably the best way to play it. Is to get a caddy and really get that experience of playing Harbortown. Harbortown is much different than the Jones course. You got to think a lot more. The greens are a lot smaller. So what's your mentality from that perspective?
Well, initially, I was going to get a caddy, and then I was looking at the forecast, and then they were predicting rain and this and that. So I decided I was just going to hold off. And then after yesterday, after the round, I was thinking about it. I was like, what? I need some distraction. So let's go out and get a caddy. So I came here this morning. I'm hoping they can get me one. And I just want to go out and experience, the course. I played here last year. One of the guys on the foursome had a caddy, and I could see the difference on what a caddy helped him throughout the day. And so I'm hoping that they, Harbortown can, get a caddy for me and I can just experience the whole thing and just take in. I mean, look, right now the sun's out. I think it's going to be an awesome day, and I'm just looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's going to be a great day. Kevin, thanks so much for taking some time with us this morning. Go ahead and get warmed up, and good luck today.
Thank you very much.
Okay, now we're with the B-Flight co-leader from round one, Chase Green from the TimNATC Tour. Chase, welcome.
Thank you for having me on.
Sure. Yesterday you shot an 83. To me, it looked like a pretty solid round. What are your thoughts on yesterday?
All in all, I'd say it was a pretty solid round. A couple hiccups here and there, but with the wind and weather we had yesterday, I expected to have one or two holes that weren't going to go my way, but all in all, I felt like it was a pretty good round.
Yeah, it was. And you brought it up, and I just talked to Kevin LePage from the C-Flight. When I got there yesterday, I said, man, it's not going to be good. It's going to be cold. It's going to be rainy. The wind's going to be blowing. I said, Jack, I don't even want to play. Look at the back nine when you open up and you have to hit on 10 into that wind into the ocean. How was it when you got to 10? Was the wind blowing, or was it relatively nice?
Yeah, it wasn't. All in all, it wasn't too bad. We started on 12 that day, so 10, 11 were some of our last holes, and I was kind of happy that we finished there rather than starting there. But yeah, the wind was blowing. It wasn't reachable in two by any means.
Yeah, I don't think that hole was ever. Unless you're a big bomber, I don't think that hole was ever reachable, even if you play from the forward tees.
Yeah, I don't think so. It's no matter what, you're always gonna have wind in your face on that hole, whether it's coming out of the west or the east that day. It's gonna be, as soon as you're on the ocean right there, it's gonna be blowing.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts and mentality going in today? You're tied for the lead with Kevin Ward from Michigan. What are you thinking?
I just play solid round of golf, try not to pay attention to the leaderboard, and just hit some good shots.
Well, I hope the best for you. You know, you being from Hilton Head, I think you got the leg up from the snowbird from Michigan. But you know, at this stage, you know, you've got a beautiful day coming out here. Yeah, I think especially, you know, as the day gets going, it's going to warm up a little bit, and the wind's going to calm down.
Yeah, I think so. I was looking at it. It's not going to be nearly as bad as yesterday, but still have about 10-mile-an-hour wind. So hopefully, just trees will block a lot of it out over here.
Yeah, definitely. Until you get back to 17, 18, I think you should be just fine.
Yeah, I think it would be fine.
Well, Chase, good luck today, and hopefully I'll be talking to you at the end of the round.
Hopefully, we'll do. Appreciate it.
Thanks. Take care.
Thank you.
Okay, we've got Randy Ward from Michigan. He's the co-leader in the B flight. He shot 83 yesterday. Randy, welcome.
Thank you. Welcome. Glad to be here.
So you're down here in Hilton Head. We're standing on the practice green of Harbortown. Where would you be standing if you were in Michigan right now? By the fire?
I'd be shoveling snow right now. I think we're getting snow right now.
Oh my goodness! So luckily you're here. Hopefully you got kids that can do all the shoveling for you.
Definitely.
So it better be shoveled by the time you get home. So tell us about your round yesterday at the Jones course.
It was somewhat typical for me. I make a lot of pars, not a lot of birdies. 10 pars, but I could have done better. The one triple on a par 3 kind of stuck in my craw.
Well, but you did also had a birdie on one, so don't forget about that.
I did have a birdie, so
when the day started yesterday, it was overcast. It had just stopped raining. It was cold and windy, but day ended really, really nice. But you started on hole 9, and to me, one of the toughest holes in that course is hole 10. So that's your second hole, hitting right into the ocean wind. How'd you play that hole?
I parred it. My normal short down the middle of the fairway on in regulation and 2-putt. So if I can do that, play boring golf every hole, I'm more than happy to do it.
You have to do that 18 times today, and you'll be just fine.
I'll be very happy then.
Have you played Harbortown before?
2 years ago, I played an Icebreaker.
Okay. And what'd you think?
I loved it. It was a very nice course.
So what's your mentality and what's your approach coming into today?
In the fairway, hit greens, 2-putt. That's all I can do. I'm not long. I'm old now, also on the senior tour, and keep it in play. Don't make mistakes.
That's a good approach. I mean, that's what we need to do. Keep it in the short grass on the first one, hit the green, and have 1 or 2 putts, and you're golden.
Yes, that'd be a good day.
Well, Randy, thanks so much for taking some time with us today. Good luck, and hopefully we'll talk to you afterwards.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Over here on the practice putting green at Harbortown with Ryan Duffy and Chris Weinfurt from Meridian Putter. Thanks for joining us. And how'd it go yesterday, guys?
Oh, it was a beautiful day. For me, this is Ryan. The golf wasn't great, but no, it was a fun day out at the Trent Jones course at Palmetto Dunes. Sun came out on the back 9. It was like 65 degrees. So yeah, even though I hit the ball 84 times, I had a lot of fun.
Chris, you didn't hit it 84 times. But...
I didn't hit it 84 times, but it's echo those sentiments. It was a great time out there yesterday. Weather was great. Company was great too. Guys I played with were fun to be with. Some longer rounds when you got 128 guys there. So it's good to talk to them. Played well yesterday, and we'll see what happens today. I don't know.
You're going to have a good time today. So Ryan, yesterday you played with some national champions. How'd that go?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I was in like the featured group and I was the anchor of the group. I'm glad they put up with me. I thought at one point they might just say, hey, Duff, go ahead and play one ahead of us so we don't have to see this. But no, they're more fairways and greens type players. Me, I like to keep it exciting. I like to, go into the trees and try and hit some creative shots out of that stuff. So it was fun. Those guys are great players. Yeah, obviously some of those guys have played in multiple USGA events. Some of those guys have been national champions. So it was really fun to spend, a day with them and had a great time.
Well, I'm glad you did. So Chris, you get to play with one of Ryan's partners yesterday in Joe Jaspers. And going to be interested in talking to you after the round, see what your thoughts on how he plays.
Ryan said good things about it yesterday. I'm always excited to play with guys who are really good because usually that makes me look a little bit better just because through osmosis. But I played with Jim Autry yesterday. Good player.
Well, Jim's a former national champion too. It's good to see him here this week.
No, it was fun to watch him play. Not many fairways were missed yesterday. I know he didn't like how he finished, but it was a lot of fun watching him play and putt. So I just need to putt better. Yeah, we got a couple products for you, Jim. Stop over. We got a couple good ones for you.
So what are you looking forward to today?
I'm looking forward to seeing. I mean, we played a practice round here on Friday, and Ryan kicked my butt pretty good here. So I think today my goal is more to beat Ryan's score than anybody else's. I have some demons to defeat, and he said he's aiming for me today. So I think it's a 2-man show for us here at Meridian. Everybody else is just kind of watching us go at it.
So that's the real tournament. What are your side bets?
Oh, it was last night we bet dinner on the round yesterday. Probably double or nothing tonight with dinner once again. Yeah, I mean, we'll have some fun out there. It's Harbor Town. It's going to be a beautiful day. That's one of the things that's so cool about these events. They play great venues. They play great courses. So I'm looking forward to getting out there and just enjoying the day.
That's good. So let's talk about Meridian putters here for a second. Then I'll let you guys get back to talking to other players. What's going on out here this weekend?
So, yeah, I mean, we're just doing our standard demo. We've got a couple bags of clubs here, all the different models, including the models we'll be releasing in the next couple of weeks, giving guys the opportunity to hit them. We're at a tournament, so most guys got their putter all lined up. But after the round yesterday, we had some guys come over, hit some putts. Had some guys this morning come over and hit some putts. So, yeah, just trying to get the brand out there, get in front of another, 128 guys who love the game of golf. And for us, it's just sort of one step at a time.
Yeah, Chris, I hope you heard that. It's okay to buy a putter after the round. We got to get your putting down from 4 or 5 to 1 or 2. Yeah. So not you, Chris, my partner, Chris, who's on the other end of this. But if you're putting 4 or 5 times, then Ryan, you probably need a better partner.
I think so. Yeah, I mean, I'm always looking to get less putts, so I mean, I'm in the right place for it.
Well, you guys have a great product, and I appreciate you guys spending some time with us. And we'll see you in. 5 days?
We'll see you in Vegas. Yeah, we'll be out there. Yeah, be there.
All right,
the West Coast.
Well, if you guys can do a demo day by the roulette wheels, I will be right there.
Perhaps.
All right, guys. Thanks so much for spending some time with me this morning. Good luck today, and we'll see you soon.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we're here with Joey Tsai, the A-Flight leader after round 1. He's from Atlanta. It's always good to interview somebody from Atlanta. We don't get that very often here at the Icebreaker because most guys from Atlanta say we can come down here anytime. So, but thanks for coming. So you had a great round yesterday, Joey.
Yeah, I felt pretty good. I started on hole 7. As I got going, kind of got loosened up. The back 9, I was really able to sink some birdie putts, and the short game was feeling pretty good. Swing was good overall at that time. And then as the back 9 kind of started, which would have been the front 9, kind of started going, the back started stiffening up a little bit, and some balls kind of get a little wayward, but I was at least able to manage enough to at least maintain the lead.
Well, like you said, at least you got to maintain the lead. 5 over 77 on that course in those conditions yesterday, even though it turned out nice. I mean, it started off a little shaky. That's a heck of a score.
Yeah. That was the main goal, the first part of it, because of the wind. Luckily, it was warm, so at least it wasn't windy and cold, but it was warm enough. Was just trying to maintain your ball flight, keep the ball below the wind, and just a lot of it's guessing when it comes to a lot of that stuff. Because I mean, when it's blowing 15, 20 miles an hour, you've got to kind of try to pick your spots and your poison, and try to attack pins when you can.
Yeah, and that's a good approach. So over here at Harbor Town today, weather's going to be maybe a little bit cooler, but maybe not as much wind. What's your thought process and mentality going into today?
Today, with it being Harbor Town, I've heard quite a lot about it. Seen the course on TV quite a bit. But from what I've, been told too, is it's not a long course, but you've really got to maintain the ball in the fairway. You got to pick your spots. And even when you're in the fairway, it's not necessarily, you got to pick certain spots of fairways to make sure you have approach into greens. So, I do have Caddy today, so I'll be leaning on him quite a bit on when it comes to that kind of stuff to make sure that I am putting the ball in the right spot to at least be able to attack some pins and see if I can get some birdies.
Yeah, that's a pretty good approach. And I was telling somebody else today, if this is your first time playing, for sure, to really get that experience of playing at Harbor Towns, have a caddy, walk with them and be able to take it all in. You mentioned about picking your spots. You got to think a lot more here.
Yeah.
It's tighter, like I said, it's shorter. The green structures are much smaller. So you have to really. This is a thinking man's course, which for me, I don't do a lot of thinking. So I don't do well here, but I'm sure you're going to do just fine.
Thank you very much. I will say that when I do have to think a little bit more, get creative and stuff like that, I seem like I have a tendency more to focus a little bit more. So I'm hoping in the long run that'll help me out.
Yeah, I'm sure it will. Joey, thanks so much for taking some time with us this morning. Go ahead and do what you got to do, loosen up and get warm, and hopefully I'll be talking to you at the end of the day.
Good, Tim. Thank you.
Take care. All right, we got the D-Flight leader from Tidewater, Wayne Enzer. Wayne, welcome.
Hey, welcome. Thank you. Good morning.
So yesterday at the Jones course, like I said with everybody else, it didn't start off too well. Yeah. It was rainy. It was cold. I thought it was going to be a washout, but it turned out to be a nice day, didn't it?
Oh yeah, it's perfect. We're looking at the weather all week. When that sun came out, I was like, it was amazing. It's great. I enjoyed it.
So you shot 90 yesterday, which is number one. It's a good score for a D-Flight. Mm-hmm. Okay, but you started off bogey, double, triple, double. So you were 8 over after the first 4 holes. Then you turned around and was only 10 over for the last 14 holes.
Yeah, it's my fault. I'm lazy. I'm old. I don't never warm up. I just go straight. I hit a couple putts, go to first tee. But then when the sun came out, it was a wrap. It's like for me, it's like I just need motivation. It's like if I get down and I just start thinking like, man, you drove 7 hours to do this. I could have stayed home and shot 105 if I wanted to. Like, dang. So little things like that motivate me, but yeah, it was great though. I'm glad to turn it around. Every once in a while you gotta have some good shots in there too. Get a little big break or something. But course is in great shape.
Yeah, it was, and it turned out to be a beautiful day yesterday. It turned out to be mid 60s, and sun was out and everything else. Yes, sir. But today, you ever played Harbor Town?
Yeah, I played it last year in Icebreaker, and then I came down here Wednesday, and me and my buddy, we played a practice round. So it's a beautiful course, very tight, but beautiful.
So what are you looking forward to today?
The goal today really is no 3 putts on this golf course. Because the greens are fast and they're small. That's all there is that, and it doesn't matter how far you hit the ball in the fairway. For me, it's like it's so tight. It's like keep it in the fairway, and like make sure you're on the right side. Like what the pros say when they come here and play, just because you're the fairway, you still have a tree leaning over and you can be, out of position. But my biggest thing is just no 3 putts because these greens are really good and fast.
Well, yeah, I think no 3 putts is a good goal for any tournament, but especially like you said, greens are small, they're fast.
Yeah.
And if you're not in the right spot in the fairway, or if you're not in the fairway, then you could end up with 3 putt without even trying. So, yep. So you've been on tour since 2015, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, it's how our tour. Lyle Joyner's our director. He does a great job. We got a big tour. I loved every year. He's the main reason I still play on the tour because he really interacts with everybody. He knows everybody. For having a whole bunch of us, he really knows all of us. I really like him. He does a great job.
Yeah, he does a great job. And like I was telling you, he's always got something going on, with you guys, whether it's posting on Facebook, whether it's, different side games, different little competitions, which keeps it fresh and keeps you guys interested, not just, during the tour season, but all year long.
Yes, sir. Yeah, you're correct. He really loves it. He's 100% in it, man. He's always on the Facebook talking about things, and he does a really, really good job, So I like him, and he gets the best golf courses for us and everything. So I commend him on his hard work and everything he does.
Yeah, he kills me on those Facebook Live things. Doesn't matter whether he's at home or he's on the golf course or whatever. Every time it pops up, I got to chuckle a little bit, but he does do a great job. Yeah, he does. Yeah. All right, so Wayne, good luck today, and hopefully we'll be talking to you at the end of the round.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Okay, so we've got Jeff Wong, the leader of the Cham Flight. He's always at the top of the leaderboard. Jeff, welcome, bud.
All right, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
So round 1, you shot a 1 under 71 at the Jones course. What don't you tell us about the round?
Well, it was a pretty straightforward round to begin. Came out, birdied the first hole, which is always good. Had a little chip-in birdie on the par 5 third to get to 2 under. Played bogey-free golf on the front 9. Didn't take advantage of any of the par fives. Parred both the par fives on the front, and number 10 being a par five, parred it as well. So, but I get to 14 and got off the rails a little bit, missed the green just slightly. I'm just on the fringe and end up 4-putting for there to make double, slide back to 1 under. And then 15 is another par five, which I parred again, no birdie there. And then knocked it on the green on 16 and 3-putted for another bogey to bring me back to even. I was fortunate enough to make a par on 17 and rolled in a nice 22-footer on 18. So for a birdie, finish 1 under. Yeah, it was.
So I'll come back to the birdie here in a second, but it's uncharacteristically for you to have 7 putts on 2 holes.
Yeah, the first one, it was just misjudged. 14 pin placement was a little bit weird. If you looked at it, like the super skins and even the regular skins, nobody birdied that in the entire field. It's the only hole that nobody birdied. And the pin was right in the middle. But it was on such a slope that I just ran it past a little bit. Coming back, it kind of power lipped the edge and ran out to about 4 feet. And then I missed that one coming back and was just scratching my head, you know? So, but it's, these hiccups happen. You gotta let it go. You can get mad for 1 second. Well, walk off the green, let it go, and move on to the next hole. And that's what I tried to do. So that's what I always try to do.
Well, that's good advice for the high handicappers. Not that it's good to see somebody like you 4-putt or whatever, but they see that, it happens, even happens to the best players, but how they handle it, how they just, let it go and move on, which then turns around and you birdied to me, which is one of the hardest holes, 18 to close out your round.
It's a good hole. It's a tough driving hole. You got to be pretty precise off the tee because it's such a severe dogleg right, and you got OB left. You got to trap out to the right. You can go through the fairway. You can be short in the fairway in a bunker, and then you're kind of blocked out of the green a little bit. So you got to get off the tee. That's check that box. And if you can do that approach into the green being 2-tiered and that back tier, trying to get all the way back to that pin where it was, is tough. And it's, got a little bit of slope back there trying to make the putt. So yeah, you got a lot of good things go together on the hole. And fortunately I did. And, putt went down. So,
well, it's when I saw the birdie again, generally there aren't many birdies on 18 ever, but to finish the hole and where that pin actually was, that to me, that's almost one of the toughest spots. Generally when we're here on National Championship where they have that hole on Sunday, kind of on the lower tier, on the left side of the green, kind of right on that slope, almost pretty much nobody ever birdies that there either. So that's a nice job. But you've always had good success here at Harbor Town. So what's your plan for today?
My plan is same as and every time I go out, it's, you got to take each hole, not just each round hole by hole. You got to take each hole shot by shot. Here especially, you have to get off the tee. That's step one. If you get off the tee successfully and you put yourself in a good position, now step 2, hit the greens here. They're not big greens.
They're small.
So hit the green, anywhere on the green, you got a decent look at a birdie. And if not, if it's, try to get up and down, make par. Hit it in the woods off the tee, recover. That's it. And have patience. That's the biggest thing. It's this course can get into your head really quick with a couple good shots that turn out in bad spots, and you're blocked out and you can't believe it. Now you got to try to work something around left or right around a tree. You don't pull it off. You make a double, and it's like, what the heck? So you just got to have patience. You really have to take it one shot at a time on this course, and that's it.
Yeah, you talk about that, and I look at hole 16. To me, that's just it's just a crazy hole. I mean, you could be literally right in the center fairway, right where you want to be. You think you want to be, but then you got that tree that's sitting right there, and now you've got to either figure go over it, go under it, go around it.
That's right,
and still get the ball to stop on the green.
It's a perfect example of this course. It is not a long hole. Mm-hmm. If you can negotiate that tee, be past it, be short of it, be left of it or something like that, and have yourself a shot at the green, you have a wedge in. That's it. It's 3-wood wedge. Right. But if you get out of position off the tee just a little bit, you get in that bunker, you're in trouble. If you get behind that tree, you're in trouble. The rough out here can be no joke sometimes. So yeah, dude, you got to take it get that first shot going, get in play, and find your ball and go from there. That's it. That's one shot at a time golf. That's what it is.
Well, you accomplished a goal yesterday. You're in the lead, but you also walked away with some nice skin money, which is also a bonus.
Yeah. That eased the pain of a couple of bad putting holes. I didn't even know, I made birdie and get in. We're signing scorecards, and one of my buddy comes up and tells me, "Hey, nice skin and super skin on 18. It's the only one." I'm like, "Oh, wait, what?"
Yeah.
He's like, "Yeah, that's you got a nice little payday coming." I was like, "All right." So, yeah, I think the wife already has plans for that money. So I'm not going to see much.
Don't show her the website.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, Jeff, thanks so much for spending some time with us this morning. Go ahead and get warmed up, and hopefully we'll talk to you at the end of the round.
Thanks, Tim. I appreciate it, man.
Take care, bud. This segment, we feature interviews with the winners of the Southern Icebreaker that was played at Harbortown in Sea Pines on Hilton Head. We're back at Harbortown. We have the winners in. We've got our first flight winner of the year, who's punched his ticket to the national championship. Let's welcome Kevin LePage from the Charlotte Tour. We talked to him earlier, but congratulations on the win today.
Thank you, Tim. It was a grind out there. Harbortown showed its teeth today, and last year when I played it, there was no wind, but today the wind was out there and the cold temperatures, and I just battled all day to come home with a victory.
You were struggling a little bit as I was watching the scores, and we talked a little bit about it offline. Why don't you tell everybody kind of your thought process and what was going on?
Well, I just couldn't get through the ball. I was having a hard time, getting the ball going down the fairway straight. It always says fading the ball, and then when I tried to overcorrect it, I was pulling it. So I just kept grinding. The putts were really difficult. I was leaving them short, and these greens are usually fast, but I was just leaving them short. I think after playing all day yesterday, having to hit the ball a little bit harder, I think I was just still timid. And finally, about 7 or 8, I finally got the speed down where I could roll the putts. And I had, unfortunately, 3 lip outs, 2 for birdie and 1 for par. But, I just never gave up. I never got down on myself. I made a triple on 18. We got to 17 and 18, and the winds were like 30, 40 miles an hour in our face. And I think I made par or bogey on 17 and got up to the tee box, and I fired my drive out, and unfortunately the wind took it and just took it way out into the condos. And then my second shot, I duffed it, and I just picked up. I was done, and I knew I couldn't do anything with it because the score. And I sat in the car and watched the guys finish out, and I said, "Okay, we got to go to the back 9, and let's put my head down and keep grinding."
Yeah, you talk about that wind. I spent some time out on 18 today, and that wind was blowing pretty hard. I tried to put the drone up. I don't know if you were out there at that point, but as soon as I put it up in the air, it said it's too windy, so we took it down. But the wind was blowing pretty good. But you were partnering with Scott Holland, who came in second place. You won by 5 strokes. You two were battling back and forth all day long. Tell me about Scott.
Scott's a really good golfer. He's out of Savannah, and when I looked at the scoreboard at the turn after 9, I saw somebody from Savannah, but I didn't even look at the name, and I'm actually kind of glad because we were playing together, and I think if I would have known I would have to beat him or keep him behind me, then I probably would have made more mistakes. So told my caddy, Hunter, I said, "Look, dude, I'm not looking at the board anymore. We're just going to keep grinding, keep reading the putts, keep doing what you need to do for me." And it worked out.
Well, tell me a little bit more about your caddy. I mean, like I said, a caddy out here can be very, very beneficial. How did he help you today?
Just the putts, keeping me focused going down the fairway. We talked about everything else, instead of worrying about the lead and stuff. And he's a college graduate looking for a job, and he just kept me, where I needed to stay focused in. And unfortunately, he had 2 putts that he read. And he read them a little bit further out than what they were supposed to do, and the ball stayed where it was. And but as a good caddy, he said, "That's on me. It's not on you." So yeah. But besides that, he just he was a good young man, and I was really glad that I finally got a chance to walk the course and have help with a caddy.
Well, that's good. But, caddies at all levels that make those mistakes,
Sure.
All the time, and that's, it is what it is sometimes. But it's good that, he's knowledgeable about the course and he made a mistake. Say, just own it and move on to the next one and get it right. And that's pretty awesome. First tournament of the year, you got to win. You punch your ticket. How's that feel?
It feels really good. I mean, I've never won a regular tour. I won the senior tours, won the championships on seniors. I won 2-day on the senior last year. But to come out right out of the box and win the first 2-day on a regular side, it's just a really good feeling, and looking forward to the start of the rest of the season.
Well, that's great. And, for our listeners, you may recognize the name Kevin LePage. You may not. But he's got a history of winning and doing interviews. He's a retired NASCAR driver. How does NASCAR relate or translate, or how's it like, playing golf and being in golf?
Well, when I retired, I was very competitive, and when I came here, the first year, I didn't win well, but I just kept grinding and doing the best finish I can do. And that's what NASCAR, if you can't win a race, you want to finish the best way you can, as high as you can. And that's what I did. And then in the second year I came back, in the senior side, I struggled. I didn't struggle. I just said, hey, look, this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to try to get the best finishes. And I won the championship that year and 3 wins. So, there's a lot of relatability.
Mm-hmm.
The guys who are in the C-flight, in the senior side were kind of pissed at me because I was winning a lot, but they didn't understand, but that's the competition in me. I'm the competitor and I want to succeed and I want to do the best job I can, each and every tournament.
Well, Kevin, congratulations again. It is great talking to you, and hopefully we'll see you in the winner's circle again soon.
All right. Thank you.
Take care. Back now with a B-Flight winner, J.C. Moore from the Hilton Head Tour. J.C., congratulations on the win today. You punched your ticket to the national championship. How's it feel?
I feel great. I feel excellent. Was confident so I can take this, actually stay here home.
Yeah.
So, feel great. Thank you.
That's awesome. So you went 84 yesterday. We didn't talk about your round yesterday, but tell me about the Jones course.
Well, Jones course is a really fun course, actually, and it's great shape every year, all year round. I live here. I played that course many times, and I really like it. And it was windy. The weather actually was a little rough, but we can, shoot some 84 yesterday, so I'll take it.
And 85 today here at Harbor Town. We talked a little bit offline. You said you messed up a lot. 85 is a good score. I mean, you go down the list, right? And you see the score, what everybody shot. 85 is a really good score. Tell me about your round.
Yeah, well, actually, yes. Harbor Town, it's a PGA course, and, the greens, you don't have to mess with it because they will get you. They will get you. And also, hole 17, par 3, 135 yards. You got to hit a 6-iron, 135 yards. It's a great round, 85. I'll take it too in here. I think it's my lowest round in Harbor Town.
Wow.
Yeah.
So did you hit the green on 17?
I did hit the green in 17, yes. Make a par.
Hey, that's always good, right? How about 18? I spent some time out on 18 earlier in the day, and the wind was howling, wind was blowing. How was it when you got there?
Well, pretty much I make my drive all the way behind a 3. So I got a punch out, hitting my 3 shot next to the green. I didn't make it through the green, chipping. And I make actually chipping close and make a par.
What are you complaining about? 85. That's a really good score. That's a heck of a job on 18. It's keeps the ball low. Even if you get in trouble, you can still make par, right?
Yes.
And that's good to know for every level of golfer, whether you're a champ player or D-flight player. If you get in a little bit of trouble, relax, play your next shot, and you can still make par.
Absolutely, yeah. That was on my mind. Just make par. I mean, if you make a birdie, it's absolutely great. But here, with these weather conditions, par is a winner.
So you actually won by 3 strokes over Brian Harden from the Tidewater Tour and your buddy Doug Burford from the Hilton Head Tour. So I'm sure when you play with Doug, you're just going to bring the trophy around and show it to him all the time, right?
Absolutely. We'll do actually for the next tournament. Actually, I want to carry with me. I'm not telling him what he missed.
Well, bring the commemorative crystal trophy. because that's the one he'll really wish he had.
Yeah, actually, Dennis talked about it today, this morning, and I was really excited because it's very special for this 30 years anniversary. So, yeah, I will do that, definitely.
Well, JC, again, congratulations. You punched your ticket to the national championship. First win of the season, first tournament of the year. It's a great accomplishment. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you, guys.
All right, take care, and we'll talk to you soon. Back with the D-Flight champion. We've already talked to him once today, but let's welcome in Wayne Enzer from the Tidewater Tour. Wayne, congratulations on the win today, and you've punched your ticket to the national championship. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, you had another pretty good round. 94. You had 90 yesterday, 94 today for a 2-day total of 184. But 94 on Harbor Town in this wind, especially on the 16, 17, 18. Yeah. Again, that's a good score. Tell me about your round.
Yeah. I started on 16, 17, 18. Yeah. So out of the 3 brutal holes, of course, I start off slow again, 3 bad holes. But then, like I said, you just got to give yourself a kick in the butt and put it in gear, and then after that, it was good. The greens are fast like I knew they would be. And like I said, the key to this place is just keep it in the fairway, right, and don't 3-putt. And that's exactly what I did all day today. So it was a good round for me, I think.
So were you watching the scoreboard most of the day, or were you just out there, playing your own golf ball?
Usually what I do is I wait till like after 9 holes, and then I'll take a glance at it and look at it, and then I'll see where I'm at, and then, But other than that, no, I'm not really, I don't look at it too much, because I pretty much know if I'm playing good or not, right, where the leaderboard. Because I knew it was tough out there, so I knew if it was tough for me, it was going to be tough for everybody else. Right. And me having that 5-shot lead going in today, it helped out, so it all worked out in the end for me. So that was good.
Yeah, and if you start on 16, I was probably out there on 18 when you went through, and that's when I told my wife, I said, I was trying to fly the drone and get some pictures of you guys. Yeah. As soon as I put it up, the wind said, I got a message, it's too windy, so I took it down. I hung out there for a little bit. I said, I would not want to be trying to hit it into the 18th green in this mess.
Yeah, I played smart. I bailed out right, I bailed out right, then chipped it on the green and just 2-putted and moved on, and that was it. I didn't want nothing to do with that water or anything, so it worked out for me, so it was cool.
So what's the next tournament for you?
For me, I go back home to the Tidewater Tour, and it's in Williamsburg, Virginia. Kings Mill is our next tournament in February. The LPGA used to come there, and the men used to come there back in the day. So yeah, it's a good course. It's a river course. It's another Pete Dye course. So I like Pete Dye courses. So
hey, when I look at you guys' schedule all the time, I mean that Kings Mill course, you get you guys on there all the time. Mm-hmm. You guys, you played there all the time. But those who don't know, if you're close to Tidewater or you want to come in, that's a course you don't want to miss.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Kings Mill, because we got a lot of them. Kings Mill is the river course. We got Golden Horseshoe. That's a Robert Trent Jones course. We got Reese Jones is a green course. We got a couple of Reese Jones up there. Alder Hills. We got a lot of good courses in Williamsburg. Big architects. So it's good, yeah.
All right, well, again, congratulations on your win and your punch ticket to national championship. Good luck the rest of the year, and I hope to see you soon.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
We're with the Champ Flight winner. Obviously, it's Jeff Wong from the Hilton Head Tour. He's always right up there. Tough conditions out there today.
Yeah, very tough conditions. Windy, very windy, cold. There's a lot to deal with out there. Course was playing tough. It was kind of a try to survive type of day. So, well,
it's over with. You shot 75 today.
Yeah.
You were battling with Jay Barnes all day long.
We were going back and forth. He actually made a great birdie on 15 to tie the entire tournament up with me, and then he kind of let me slip through his fingers on the last couple holes. So
that happens. We've all done that, but Jay's a side golfer, national champion like yourself. Like you played with Jim Alter today, national champion. That's one thing that people don't understand. When you come to these regionals, you're playing against stiff, solid competition. So you better bring your A game.
You need to. It's kind of like I've said before. Like today was number 1, get off the tee, try to find the fairway. 2, try to hit the green in regulation. If you don't, just do your best to get up and down. If you make a bogey, move on. If you can save par, great. And again, it was just a survive. No one no one's going to take a low out here in these conditions. It's just hopefully you're doing a little less worse than the rest of the people around you.
So how was the wind on 18 when you got there? I was out there early part of the round, and I was out there saw about 3 groups come through. Was going to try and take some pictures and stuff, but I said, guys, it's just too windy out here. How was it when you guys came?
It was howling, big left to right wind. 17 was dead into the wind. We had one person almost hit the green. They were just on the fringe, only one out of the 4 of us. And it was hard left to right coming into 18. I put one right down the middle left of the fairway, and the wind blew it almost across the cart path to the right, out of bounds, almost. But stayed in, and I was able to get it up there near the green. Again, didn't hit the green, but got around it, got it up and down, made a par.
Let's take a quick break and hear from our sponsor, Srixon.
A great iron set needs more than good looks. It's got to be fast and got to be pure. But good looks never hurt either. The all-new ZX Mark II irons from Srixon.
That's it.
That's all you got to do. I was talking to a B-flight champion. He said on 18, he hit it behind a tree, punched it out, didn't get to the green, chipped it up, and one putted for par. And, again, for all the golfers, whether you're a champ flight player or a D-flight player, it's play that one shot at a time. Don't get too high. Don't get too low. Just play the shot and make whatever score you can make. Don't get upset about it.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a cliche to say take it one shot at a time, but it's a cliche because it's true. It gets said all the time, and there's absolute truth behind it. Everybody makes a bogey or a double bogey or a triple bogey, and they try to make it up on a hero shot on the next hole. You can't. You just got to grind it out and, hit the ball, find the ball, hit it again. That's what golf is.
Well, again, congratulations on your win. You punched your ticket to National Championship again. So we'll see you soon.
Thanks. I appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Take care. All right, we're with our final winner, the A-Flight. A-Flight from a playoff. Was it a one-hole playoff?
One-hole playoff.
One-hole playoff. It's Steve Evans from the Hilton Head Tour. Steve, congratulations on the win, and congratulations on punching your ticket to the National Championship.
Thank you. It feels really good to beat this incredible field. I was privileged to play with Robert for 2 days, and we battled for the lead often on every hole. So there was pressure every single hole. And at the end, we walked off the golf course. We shook hands. We pulled for each other.
Right.
And we had a good 2 days together. I just happened to come out on top.
Well, it's funny you say that. He plays on the Atlantic Tour with me, and everybody that's played with him has had nothing but nice things to say. I mean, he's a good golfer. Even when he's not playing well, he's fun to be around. So I'm glad you got to play with him, and actually glad that you got to win.
Yeah, I know. He's old enough to be my son. I'm 28 years older than he is.
Oh my goodness gracious! We'll give him a hard time about that later, another time. Maybe when we're hanging out, having a beer or something. But tell me about your round yesterday and the course and the conditions. How do you do?
Overall, I did pretty well. I struck the ball solidly. I kept it in play in extreme conditions, 30, 40 mile an hour winds. I'm not the longest guy in the field. At 68 years old, I know I give up 60, 80 yards plus to my playing partners, but I can keep it in play. I've been to 13 U.S. Open qualifiers, and I used to be a college golf coach. So I know how to play. That doesn't always mean you can execute right. But I had a good time with my players, and it's fun. The competition is incredible.
Yeah, I was just talking to Jeff Long, the Champ Flight winner, and it doesn't matter when you come to these national, regional tournaments. You're up against some stiff competition, and it doesn't really matter what flight you're in. Like Jeff's a former national champion. He played with Jay Barnes as a former national champion. Jim Autry's a former national champion. So, I mean, I think Joey placed like 4th this past year. So, I mean, there's good players here, so you better come with your A game.
It's incredible. There's a lot of players that play South Carolina Association events that I'm aware of, state amateurs, state opens. I mean, there's some incredible amateurs, as you said, that compete in this field. It gives the Golfweek Amateur an incredible avenue to be able to recruit new players and for us to compete against each other. It's very honored to be a champion.
Yeah, absolutely. So today you were you're finished one behind yesterday. So you came back. You shot 82 today at Harvard Town. Tell us about that. Tell us about your round. What happened?
I kind of got off to some rough start. I didn't strike it extremely well, but I finished very well. I had a couple of hiccups like everybody does in amateur golf, but that's what this golf course does to you. You throw in the wind and the small greens, the fast greens. Other than that, I kept my composure. I kept the ball in front of me toward the end and was able to come out on top in a playoff.
So did you have a caddy or?
No, I didn't have a caddy. I do caddy here full time.
So you're a caddy here. Okay.
I'm a caddy here full time. I retired from healthcare about 2 years ago. Used to be a college golf coach. So having moved to the island, I come out here to caddy. And just because I'm a caddy doesn't mean you can execute.
Right.
Particularly from the blue tees, which is a lot of golf course for me. But I feel like I know my game very well. I know where I need to putt the ball. And I didn't really need a person that I wasn't familiar with second guessing me or tell me something different. I had my best friend in the world, my wife, with me.
That's awesome.
As an encouragement. So
that's awesome when you have your best friend with you, following you around. That's great.
Yeah. I'm just feel very honored to win in this field.
Well, congratulations again on not only your the first win of the season, but the first win of the regional season, and you punched your ticket to national championship. Congratulations.
Appreciate it, Tim. I appreciate all you do, buddy.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Talk to you soon.
Okay.
We're off to Vegas and talk to players after the first round of the Western States Icebreaker at Paiute Golf Resort, just outside of Las Vegas. All right. Chris, another round's over. How'd it go out there, buddy?
We're not going to talk about my round today.
Not going to talk about today?
No. I put it this way. Started triple, double, and decided to have a good time.
But at least you had fun. I mean, weather's much nicer today.
I actually got to shed outerwear today.
There you go.
Which was nice, but that was about it.
Well, we'll talk about outerwear later and what we need to, our players need to start wearing.
I hope it's not clothes.
Shirts. We got to talk about shirts.
Oh, yes, we do.
All right, well, let's go ahead and get this thing started.
Let's go.
So you had 90 yesterday. Was it 90 yesterday, 96 today?
Yeah. It doesn't feel like a 96. It should be like a 146.
Okay.
But, again, like I said, we had some good time. Had some birdie attempts. Ended up with double bogeys. So it was just one of those rounds. But, it's golf and season's kicked off. We've gone through 2 regionals, and a lot of the tours about to start pretty soon.
Yep. And, we'll get your putting and your swing back to where it needs to be, first couple rounds of the year. But we're lucky we got some winners today.
Yes, sir.
And that's always good. These winners have punched their ticket to national championship. And so, we'll definitely be seeing them in October in Hilton Head, and it'll be beautiful down there.
Yeah.
So let's talk to our first winner. He's from the St. Louis Tour, and I know Tyler Cardwell is going to be real happy to hear about this. So let's welcome Steve Roberts from St. Louis. Steve, welcome and congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So you came from a couple back yesterday. You were tied for.
I was tied for fourth.
Tied for fourth.
I shot 81 yesterday.
Okay.
Watched the leaderboard most of the day until about 12, and then I quit watching. Played with Randy Merrill all day. Yesterday and today. He was leaderboard watching for me, but was only informing me at the important times what was going on. But I didn't know where I stood specifically, but knew on the last tee shot and the last putt that it was for something close.
Right.
But after I putted out, he told me where I stood. So at that point, I was tied. I guess Matthew still had to finish.
Yeah, because I know it was close. And where were you playing with Matt? No, you weren't playing.
No, he was in the group behind me.
Behind you. So I know it was close, and we thought it was going to come down to the last hole. So tell us about the overall round. Did you obviously you weren't watching the leaderboard, but tell us how you played and what your overall type of game is.
My overall type of game, I'm good around the greens, especially wedges more so than putting, but I don't consider myself a good ball striker necessarily. I don't hit a lot of greens very often. At home on a good round, I'll hit 12 greens. On an average round, I'll hit 8 or 9. But I'll still make, 4 bogeys in a round and maybe 1 or 2 birdies.
Okay.
So that's kind of my game.
Right.
I'm not necessarily long, but I'm accurate enough.
Mm-hmm.
So today started out par bogey, and then I just went on a par run of, 5 or 6 holes. And so today, in my mind, I knew I was better than yesterday.
Right.
Because yesterday was a lot windier, a lot colder.
Yeah.
So at that point, I thought, okay, things are going good. I didn't really want a leaderboard watch because it seems like so much chaos and mayhem is going on out there in the wind. Any hole's a double bogey or a birdie.
Right.
So I thought, what's the point of watching the leaderboard early? But I couldn't help myself at about the turn. I looked at it. I was tied for the lead at that point. And then I quit watching it, and I played 1 over, I think, from that point in. So
wow. Yeah. So you double bogey 12. What happened there?
3-putt.
3-putt.
Yeah.
All right, Chris. Here we go.
Missed the green and 3-putt.
See, everybody does it. I don't want to hear it.
Okay, but
everybody does it.
But my point is, so you double bogey 12, and then you turn right around and you parred 13. So you didn't let that affect you.
Correct.
All right, that's what we're working on with Chris.
Jesus.
Right.
I had 35 putts today, so it's a struggle. Today was a struggle. Yeah. I was enjoying the views.
Well, as long as you enjoyed the views, but we'll get you there. But again, that is really the key for every flight, not just jam flight. When you make a mistake or you don't get a good bounce, you can't let it bother you. You just have to pick up and play your next shot.
Right. And the fact that I feel I can chip around the green, I don't usually worry about missing greens, because it happens a lot.
Right.
So it's no big deal if I don't, as long as it's not in the desert, I can play it and I can do something with it and give myself a chance. I did make on our very first opening hole, I missed the green. I chipped up to about 55 feet and made the putt. That was the longest putt I made all day, probably the longest putt I've made in 6 months, but it came at the right time, made a par. I think I bogeyed the next hole, but then went on that par run.
Yeah.
So,
but again, you shot 76 out here on these courses. I mean, with the wind and the conditions, that's a really good score.
Yeah, and it's good for me too. I mean, it's traveling away from my home course. I'll take 76 every day.
Absolutely. So the low round today was 74, but
I played with him, the guy that shot. He's my buddy, and we came down here together.
Oh, that's awesome. So you did have somebody to really kind of push you and
sure. And we played
back.
a lot of golf together. We were not paired together yesterday, and I think he shot the high score in the flight by a fair amount, and then he shot the low score in the flight.
You know what he did?
Also,
he did. And I'm not going to say what his score was, but you're right. He was high score yesterday, low score today, and again that's just a turnaround and putting rounds behind you.
Right.
But yet again yesterday the conditions were a lot worse, a little bit colder, wind was a lot worse.
Much.
So what's next step for you?
Well, the guy I'm playing with, I actually go to work for him starting tomorrow.
Oh.
So we're flying to Denver, although our flight was canceled tonight, but we're going back there. And going to work from his office for a few days. I'll go back home and then start working. As far as more golf, in Missouri, my wife called me this morning. It's 15 below zero wind chill this morning. So it's going to be a while before we golf. So as far as the next tournament, probably going to be May or so, honestly.
Steve, you don't have to live in that kind of weather, man.
I know. There's nothing really good about Southeast Missouri, honestly. Winters are brutal. They're not necessarily this cold that often, but they're never good. I mean, they're 25 degrees and wet, and that's our winters. We don't see sunshine for 3 months.
No, it's time to move.
Right. To Vegas now.
Well, that's Vegas is fine. We had a couple try to convince me to move out here, and I know my wife was listening, and we've got grandkids that live in Pennsylvania, and I said, "There's no way that I can convince my wife to come out here to Vegas with the grandkids.
Right. Oh yeah, yeah. Too far of a flight too.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. So, but well, congratulations.
Thank you.
And I know Tyler's going to be thrilled. You know, Tyler's doing a phenomenal job in
Yes.
St. Louis.
Now I have to admit I've played one tournament on the St. Louis tour, and that was about 4 years ago.
Okay.
I won it, and I haven't played since, simply for life instances, you know, where
Right.
I
Right.
the tour is quite honestly in about an hour and a half, almost 2 hours from where I live.
Oh, wow, okay.
So to go to one-day events, they are on weekends, which is fantastic,
Right.
but it just hasn't worked out.
Right.
But I had made mental notes to this year, we're going to get in 4 or 5 tournaments. So.
Nice.
All right. Now I know Tyler's listening too. He just chimed in. So Tyler, you better get on Steve. You know, call him. Make sure you got some schedule for him,
Or have someone pick me up, drive me up there.
Tyler will do it. I know he will. So, well, Steve, again, congratulations, and I know we'll see you in Hilton Head in October.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Congrats.
Sure thing. Wow. I mean, that's, you know, shooting 76 out here in this stuff and beating, you know, Matt, because Matt's a stick. I don't know if you've ever seen him play, but
I've heard.
But he can really play. Take care, Steve.
I've heard from HB because HB played with him.
Yeah.
At Nationals when he went, and he told me it's nothing to sneeze about.
No, he's not. He's another one, doesn't get too high or too low, and he just hits the ball and
on to the next one.
On to the next one.
Maybe I need to get tips from him because.
All right, while Chris is going to find some more champions, let's just give a rundown of the skins. You know, super skins. We had a tour director, Tyler Hudson, walking away with some money. No, it doesn't look like any Eagles today, but Steve Bassler got a super skin, and so Steve Bassler's from the Denver tour. Actually, he's Steve Roberts' friend, playing together. Matt Bankston got a birdie on hole number 12, and Jeff Wolf got a birdie on number 18. And the super skins are paying out $215 a piece. Now, there were a bunch of Champion A-Flight skins starting off with hole number 2. Got Gary Schmidt had a birdie. Tour director Derek Barnes, who's also the A-Flight champion, birdied 5. And Steve Bassard took 6. Tony Slack, another birdie on hole number 8. And then we got Matt Bankston on 12 again, and George Wolf took 18. Now, the B, C, and D flight skins, they're the ones that really paid out. These paid out $305 a piece. And there were 4 of them. And so we had Jason Junio on hole number 1, and Jared Chasen, he's the C flight champion. Actually, Jared Chasen is the B flight champion. And Tyler Hudson, tour director Tyler Hudson from Cincinnati Dayton, he got number 4. And Kevin Durant, the Vegas tour director, got one on 16. So lucky for them, they got $305 a piece.
All right, I rounded 1.
All right, so we've got Derek Barnes, tour director from Denver, our A-Flight champion. Derek, congratulations, bud.
Thanks, man. How's it going, guys?
Doing awesome. I mean, you know, we spent a little bit of time together yesterday, and you know, you were leading after yesterday by what was it, 4 strokes?
No, just one stroke.
Was just one stroke.
Yep.
And you seem to me like you're also just the baseline. Never get too excited. Don't get upset.
You know, that's part of it. You got to kind of keep your composure. We out in Colorado, we don't get to play too much, so we're kind of in the off season, but get to come out here and just keep it together.
Well, that's awesome. And I guess your flight's canceled, so you're gonna have to stay and celebrate.
Yeah, we'll see if my wife sees this cast, because she doesn't quite know that yet. I just found that out about 15 minutes ago. So we're trying to figure something out. All the flights got canceled today, it looks like, and tomorrow, and we might be in trouble. We'll see.
Was that you might be in trouble, or your wife might be in trouble for you not coming up, or you're going to be in trouble for not being able to get home?
I'm going to be in trouble for not being able to get home. Yeah, we've kind of worn out our welcome here. We want to get back home. Came here and got to play some good golf. Got to experience a good event with everybody. But, yeah, it's snowing at home and there's work to do.
Yes. So tell us about your round today, because again, I mean, you seem to just be cruising it. I think at one point you were up by 7, and you won by 5 over Matt Bankston from Mississippi.
Okay, yeah. I didn't really look at live score for the most part until about the 15th hole. Just trying to go out there and grind it out, make pars, stay doing nothing too crazy, and we were able to kind of keep it up and just chug along. It was tough. A little better weather today, not as cold, honestly, but yeah, we kept it together and held it, and finally looked and had a little bit of a buffer.
Let's take a quick break and hear from our sponsor, Srixon.
ZX Mark II drivers are for major players, major winners, major power. All new ZX Mark II drivers, only from Srixon.
Yeah, it was nice weather today. So I
loved it.
At one point, there was no wind, so you could actually hit the ball to the pin and not have to figure about it.
Yeah, totally.
I didn't feel any wind at all today.
You were outside?
No.
Okay.
That's why. You could actually feel the sun though today, so that was
that's good. That's good.
Vegas is good. It's hit or miss with some of the temps and the wind, but it's great to be able to get out here and play some golf in the in kind of the off season for us at least.
Yeah. Well, now you get to go to nationals. You get to do the directors meeting and not have to worry about your entry fee.
Yeah, that's a super bonus. That was kind of the biggest reward of this whole deal.
Right. So now you get to party a little bit harder at the directors meeting.
Yeah. We'll see. I don't know if we could do that more than some of us did this last year, but we'll see.
Yeah. Well, we'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, we can leave it at that. Shout out to my wife.
So you did pick up a flight skin, $96, so that can add to your winnings. And
Yep. We got one of those today. Looks like the BC&D got some good flight skins.
They did.
Good pot over there.
$300 some.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty nice.
We'll take that all day long, right?
At one point, Kevin had the only skin.
Yeah, he did for
a long while.
For a good while, yeah.
He was running around the green when he found out.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
Well, what's next? I mean, obviously, you said you can't play anything until May.
Yeah. So what's next for us, or at least me? We haven't touched sticks since nationals. So here in Colorado, we're getting our schedule wrapped up. Hopefully, have that by the end of January, and then get that posted and kind of build the tour up. And we start about mid-April.
Okay.
So looking forward to getting that going and the snow stopping in Colorado.
Right. I mean, nothing wrong with snow. I won't do the snow. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, gotta love the snow, but it doesn't help the golf game. Well, I'm here, man. I appreciate what y'all are doing and everybody for running this tournament. And it was a great time. It always is. It's a good break in January, and I think more people should come out.
They really should. I mean, it's we joke about the weather a little bit, but it's beautiful out here. You can't see it on camera, but what I'm looking out at is green grass in the fairway, desert, and then mountains. It's beautiful out here.
Yep. No, it totally is. One thing I do want to give a little shout out to is yesterday we got to play in a good group with some new guys from Arkansas.
Okay.
And the power of just Golfweek and the tour, and they were honestly awesome dudes. Had a great relaxing round. Everybody had a good time, had fun, and that's what this is all about. So it really helped me out yesterday a lot. ITA, baby.
Any chance you'll be able to get a regional up in the Denver area?
We've been talking to Dennis about that. I hope so. I hope we can develop it. We got a good relationship with a course called Rain Dance. Excuse me. It's the longest course in Colorado, kind of like a TPC Colorado type of venue. It's really growing, so we'll see. Or, we did a tournament at Keystone Ranch last year, which is out in Summit County in the mountains. Kind of a resort style course, a lot of fun. If we can get people out there, we'd love to. 2-dayers. We do have like 2 or 3 2-dayers already on the schedule, but we'd love to have a regional if we can get the people out there.
Yeah,
Colorado's fun.
But it really is, and for those that play on the East Coast like us or like me, when you get to Denver, the ball just
it's beautiful.
It goes just a little bit further.
About 20 yards, man. Feels like
it's nice. I mean, ours goes about 10 yards longer, so
yeah,
going up to Colorado, it's a fun trip.
Nice.
You want to hit a 300-yard drive? Come to Colorado.
Well, that's probably still 3 shots for me, but that's all right.
We'll get you back there. We'll get you there.
So, what are some other highlights for you for this year? For the season?
For the season, just picking up. We took over last year, just trying to build a schedule out. Hopefully, get more new members involved, introduced into Golf Week. Really working hard to acquire new courses. Maybe we had a lot of people from Colorado Springs and some area outside of Denver last year, so hopefully we can progress to some courses closer that way,
right?
And have a couple events to really make it, about an hour and a half radius of Denver, downtown Denver,
right.
To really involve a lot of people in Colorado and build up the tournament schedule.
Nice. Yeah, but people I don't know if people realize it or not. I didn't until I went out there, but there's a ton of nice courses out there.
Oh, beautiful courses, yeah.
Ton of them.
And they're packed.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the challenges in Colorado is that a lot of people are playing golf. So,
well, when you can only play golf for 2 months out of the year, I mean, you got to get everything you can.
Tee sheets are tough, but yeah.
Well, Derek, thanks so much for spending some time with us. Congratulations, and maybe we'll hang out tonight since you're not going anywhere.
Yeah, we'll be around somewhere.
All right, my friend. Again,
right,
congratulations. Take care.
Thanks, y'all.
Wow. I mean, how about that? We had a real good chance of 2 tour directors taking home the win today, but luckily we got one. And Derek's a fun guy. I mean, he seems really laid back, but always willing to have some fun.
Right. It was a great time.
We got Sea Flight champion. It's Luke. Say your last name for
Lauermore.
Lauermore.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we got Luke Lauermore from the Mississippi Tour. First off, congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Is this your first 2-day win?
No, I actually won a tournament in the normal season.
Okay, so you're from the Mississippi Tour, and I think Jason Boykin just sent something in as a congratulations. So Mississippi Tour places second in A flight and wins C and D flight. Wow, so we got two. That's
Mississippi represented.
That's we're gonna have to do something about that sometime soon. So how did you finish yesterday and compared to today? Were you leading yesterday or?
Yesterday I was in second.
Okay.
And today I was in first for pretty much the whole day.
So tell us about your round today.
Honestly, a lot of ups and downs.
Okay.
I just struck the ball really good.
Okay.
Struck the ball really good.
Okay, that's good. How about putting? Because I got a partner over here who struggles with putting, and
putting was probably my best thing.
How many putts?
I 2-putted at every green, pretty much.
I still beat him.
Okay, but he won the tournament.
I understand, but I still beat him in putts.
So what's your a game normally like? Was this weekend was it kind of normal for you?
Yeah, pretty normal.
I
didn't play like amazing, but I played good.
How old are you?
16.
How about that?
Yep.
To me, I mean, we've talked about this because we've had some kids on the show. I love it when we have kids come on and win, or even just playing, because if you look around, most of us we're not kids anymore. And we really need to get more the kids involved in these tournaments to grow the game, because this is a game that, again, you could play until you're 80. So I love having kids on. I really love seeing them win. I'm always pretty much pushing for kids to win.
Right. And now he gets to play nationals for free.
Yep.
I mean, I think we had a 13-year-old win a couple of years back.
Yeah, we did.
So it's still out there. You still have a chance. Don't think that you don't have a chance because you're young.
Yeah.
If a 13-year-old and he won B flight, I believe.
It was C.
B or C.
It was C. I remember.
Okay.
So, I mean,
it just proves you can do it.
Yeah.
And anybody, and actually, I think the year before that we had a 73-year-old won the A flight. So
anything can happen.
Anything can happen. So how far do you generally hit the ball?
Driving.
Mm-hmm.
Probably 260 to 280.
Again, that's 3 shots for me on a good day. So, but I love it. So what would you say is the strongest part of your game?
Strongest part of our game would be up and down.
Okay.
Short game.
It has to be, right?
Mm-hmm.
Has to be.
That's what we've been talking about for a while now.
Yep.
I'm halfway there.
Short
Chipping's
game.
okay.
What are you, up or are you down?
I'm the up part. The down part never gets there.
Oh, you're killing me. Oh my God. Oh my God. So what are you going to really work on this year to get better at?
Definitely consistency in ball striking.
All right. Do you play on your high school team?
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. Keep it up. Keep working at it. What's next? I mean, you're from Mississippi, so you don't. This is probably really cold. Not used to this.
Yeah.
So what's next for you? What's your next tournament?
Probably whenever Dad's tournament start up again, Mississippi Tour.
Okay. So your dad plays.
Yeah. No. Jason Boykins is my stepdad.
Oh. See that you probably should have led with that.
Yeah, that would have been
probably.
Probably
Probably
would have connected it.
There you go. Well, buddy, what you need to tell him is, Dad, you gotta do more tournaments. I gotta play more.
Yeah,
that's what you gotta tell him.
I'll tell him.
Well, is he here?
It's right there.
Go grab Jason.
I didn't do it. Tim did.
See? All right, Jason. So we I had no idea that Luke was your son. So we're talking about, when his next tournament is. And he said, well, next time my dad starts playing again. I said, well, who's your dad? He said, Jason Boykin. I mean, you got to tell us these things, man.
You should have volunteered that information up front.
That's what I said. You probably should have led with that. But this is awesome.
No,
isn't it?
Very proud of him. He started out a couple years ago, D-flight, working his way up. Mm-hmm. So hope to see him continue moving up.
Well, I'm sure he will. I mean, what he said is the strongest part of his game is up and down, which that's if you're good at being up and down, the other stuff will come. You just keep working at it. Right?
Oh, exactly. A good up and down will make up for a lot.
It really will. It really will. But how'd you play today?
Not terrible.
Up and down.
Yeah. I had some good holes and a lot of bad ones. Uh-huh. But I enjoyed it.
Well, I'm glad to see you guys out here. I can't tell you how happy I am for you. And well, again, it saved you money for national championship.
Yeah, exactly. That gives us an entry fee pay.
See? Do you have any others that are playing too?
Matter of fact, your D-flighter is a Mississippi guy. You're going to interview him next. He's a Mississippi, hadn't won it. And,
all right.
We had a second and A flight. So
right.
We had a pretty good showing out.
Yeah, Mississippi really took care of business.
Yeah, we did very well.
That's awesome. Well, Luke, Jason, you stay. Luke, thanks so much for taking some time with us. Congratulations, and can't wait to see you in Hilton Head in October.
Thank you.
All right, bud.
Congrats.
So we've got Dean Martell. Martell.
Yes, sir.
So Dean Martell from the Mississippi Tour, the D-Flight champion. Again, Mississippi is really cleaned up. So first off, congratulations on the win today.
Thank you.
How'd you play yesterday compared to today?
Yesterday set the pace for me. Today was not so good, but I kind of held on to everything. I had a really good day yesterday. It was one of my lowest rounds ever.
Well, yeah, you had a low round of the tournament D-Flight yesterday.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because we were talking about it, and I said, in 86 in this weather, for D-Flight, that was a really, really good score.
Yeah.
So
it was had a bunch of one putts. I had 8 one putts and hit 9 fairways, and it just fell in place.
How many one putts? 8 or 9.
I had that many 3 putts.
Right.
So today, obviously not as good a round, but we never put our best rounds back to back. But you held on. What were your highlights today?
There wasn't a lot of highlights. Just a lot. There was a lot of 3 putts. It was a struggle. It really was, and I kind of got in protection mode, and so I just wasn't hitting balls far and had a lot longer shots in. Just trying to protect the lead. Let the course protect the lead for me.
Well, I think you were 7 up yesterday, and you finished 5 up over, tied for Frank Romano from New Jersey and Greg Davis from Houston. So I mean, you still had a 5-stroke win. I mean, so you had to do something right.
Yeah,
even with a high score like that. I mean, you still had to play well.
It was okay, and the course today was way tougher in my opinion than yesterday. Yeah,
agreed. Strongly agreed.
Yeah, even though the conditions were way better, it was tougher.
See, but I like what he said. He said the course is going to help him manage the score.
Exactly.
Because it was a tough course. And if you know that you and your group aren't doing very well, chances are, especially like we said, in C and D flight, anything can happen.
Right.
That will affect everybody else.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I mean, today's a testament to the hot scores in D flight, especially. Right. I mean, you could tell that course was way harder just by all the scores and an average, you know.
I mean, out of 13 players, only 5 were under triple digits.
Yeah.
Today in D flight.
Wow.
And I mean, not even 193, and the rest were 99s and 97s.
Yeah.
So it this course played tough. I'll probably say tougher than yesterday, even including the weather. It was tough. The pin positions were tough.
Okay.
Yeah.
You would read right to left, and it would go straight.
Oh yeah, there was bunches of.
Then you read left to right, and it would go straight. And then you read straight, and it wouldn't go straight. Whether you're 3 feet out or you're 30 feet out,
you never did what you wanted to do.
No. Or someone would putt right to left, they go right to left, and then you try and follow them, and they go straight.
Very much so.
It happened to me a lot too.
All right, so Dean, what's next for you?
Next, we have our season opener at Shell Landing in Goshen, Mississippi.
Okay.
It'll be a two-day.
Yeah, two-day event starting.
Yeah.
When is that?
2 weeks from this weekend, January 27th and 28th.
Awesome.
So we start early in Mississippi.
Well, that's because you can, right?
Exactly.
I mean, you can play all year down there.
Pretty much.
Well, that's awesome. So you know, you got nationals paid for, so you got that out of the way. So what are some of your other goals for the year?
I just want to be in the top of the points. I have been the last 3 years, and I've been to nationals the last 3 years. So just want to kind of keep that train rolling, you know, and possibly move up to sea flight eventually.
Okay, well, we can make that happen. Jason can make that happen. I mean, it doesn't take much.
Right.
Just an email. So.
You shoot a couple more 86s like yesterday, you'll be there pretty quick.
Exactly.
Hey, it's all good. I started in D and made my way up to B flight.
Good.
Might need to go back to C if my putting doesn't get better.
No, we're not letting that happen. Not letting that happen. Well, Dean, again, thanks so much for taking some time with us. Congratulations, and we'll see you in Hilton Head.
Thank you, guys.
Jason, before we let you go, what are some other highlights you have for your season?
This is the first year Mississippi is going to host a regional March 15th and 16th at Old Waverly and Mossy Oak. So super nice courses. Really excited about that.
Yeah. So unfortunately, we won't be there for that one.
Okay.
That's supposed to be my opening tournament, but
gotcha.
You know, we are traveling. But tell us about that regional.
Well, Old Waverly is one of the nicest courses in the state, of course. They actually had the U.S. Women's Open there several years ago, and about 3 years ago, they had the U.S. Women's Amateur there. So a lot of prestigious events there.
That's nice.
That's awesome. So, I mean, if you're not already registered, I'd get on it.
Yeah. We've got a pretty good field already. I really hope it fills out pretty soon.
Well, we've got great regionals all season long. I mean, it seems like, okay, we had one last week, then this week, and then you got yours coming up, and then they just keep going, and we're playing great courses.
Oh, very much so. It's hard to pick which ones you want to go and participate in.
Yeah, it is.
You're telling us when we had to pick ours, it took us a while.
It did.
I let my wife help, and that way she can, kind of plan vacations around where she wants to go. I bring her with me.
There you go.
That's okay too. That's all right too. Well, Jason, thanks so much for taking some time with us. Congratulations on the big Mississippi win. Congratulations on Luke's win. I guess you're heading out tonight, or
got to be at the airport, leave out at midnight, hit it home. So long night at the airport.
And no flight delays going to Mississippi.
I hope not. Everything looks good right now.
All right, buddy. Well, take care. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, dude.
All right, well, Jared, congratulations for winning the C flight. Nice job today.
B flight.
B flight. You're right. B flight. So you had two really good days. You shot 85 yesterday, 79 today. Tell us about your round today.
Man, I hit it good. Everything was good. 2-putt. Got on the green. 2-putt. Tried to make pars.
And you walk away with a nice size flight skin.
I didn't even know I won a skin on the birdie.
Oh, you did.
It's the only birdie I made today.
I think that's the cash he just gave you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know I won a skin till just now.
Yeah, $305.
Awesome.
You know,
it's the only birdie I made.
Hey, sometimes that's all it takes.
That's it.
Exactly. But I mean, you did really well. You got a 6-stroke win over Scott Rhodes from Michigan East. You really kind of won this thing going away.
Stayed out of trouble.
That's all you got to do.
Get it in the fairway, get it on the green, 2-putt. Made a lot of pars, not much. Again, one birdie. I didn't think I made a skin. I didn't know I won a skin.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. Again, like I said, I was in B flight. I did not have a great day, but to see a 79, which is what I was talking about last night, might need to take it today. You came out and you played well.
Yeah, we talked about that, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I got out of the vehicle, I told our tour director, JP, I said, I just want to shoot 82. If I can shoot 82, I think I can win.
Yeah, well, 82 still would have won it. I mean, Scott went, Scott Rhodes from Michigan East, he went 90-80. So even that 80 is a really good score. So actually, it looks like you had low round both days.
Yeah,
you were leading yesterday by one, right?
Yeah, when I got done, I was like in 6th place.
Okay.
When we got back to the hotel, they said, "Man, you in first." I had no idea.
See, that's when not looking at the scoreboard works.
Yeah. So were you scoreboard looking today?
I looked all day. Yeah. At one point, I saw I had like a 7-shot lead, and I just tried to hit it in the fairway.
Well, I want you to know we're going to be in Louisiana for their regional.
Awesome.
And if you're still in B flight, I'm coming for you. All right. I'm gonna make Gina and them pair us together, and I'm just gonna have you look at the scores and tell me every hole.
I'll be there.
Well, you talk about JP, your tour director. This regional had a ton of tour directors here, which I think is great because they all brought people.
Right.
So tour directors go to regionals, bring your guys, bring your players, because it's. I'm just talking about for me, and it's great to see so many tour directors there because we only generally get to see them, at national championship. But it's great to see them in this type of environment. So I'm glad you brought Jason with him. You carried him along.
We travel well. We bring a lot to Hilton Head. We bring a lot to Las Vegas. These are the 2 trips we make are Las Vegas and Hilton Head. And I don't know how many we had, but I know it was a dozen at one point. I think we might have had up to 15, 17 LA South people.
Well, you talk about LA South, Louisiana, but both Louisiana tours travel well. They really do. So again, thanks so much for joining us. Congratulations on your win. And hopefully we'll see you in June, and we'll definitely see you in Hilton Head.
I'll be back.
All right, Jared. Congratulations, bud.
Take care.
Guys.
Congrats. Well, we accomplished goal number 1.
We did. We got them all.
All right.
So, and I was hoping we were going to get a couple other players, but one just gave me the no-go on it. We got Randy Merrill, tour director from Las Vegas. Randy, welcome, bud.
Thank you. It's nice to see you guys.
It's good seeing you. I mean, you all did a phenomenal job this weekend. I can't tell you how awesome this tournament was.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
We got really lucky with the weather.
Well, I was inside today, so I mean, it looked real nice out there.
Were you guys here last year?
No, I was not.
No, I heard.
So last year it was 34 degrees, 40-mile-an-hour winds, and it was raining.
See, I would have gone home,
and half the field did.
I would have just.
Well, that's again, this is kind of their loss when you even in the rain. It's beautiful out here.
You can't beat the way that they keep the course in shape.
Right.
And it is like this all year long.
And it's not painted green, like it's actual grass out there.
It's actual green. It's actually green grass.
Right. It's great.
Yeah, the maintenance staff out here is phenomenal.
Well, you can tell it's they do a great job here.
Well, this is my home course. I live.
Do you really?
7 minutes down the street from here, so
that explains a lot. Wait, hold on. Home course, and you.
Well, no, I'm not.
We won't talk about that.
We shouldn't talk about that.
I'm not throwing Randy under the bus on that one. I mean, because you know what it's like being a tour director and having to run a tournament. You know what it's like, even at your home course.
True.
Especially
I'll allow it
with all that goes into this. now.
I will say I haven't been able to practice or play much over the last couple of months. We've been working really hard to try to get the Las Vegas, the tour to grow, and we've been doing a lot of work behind the scenes with sponsors and charity and all the things that we're getting together right now to make sure that we have a product in place before our first event.
Right.
So it's been kind of busy.
and you guys are doing really a phenomenal job. I mean,
thank you.
You know, people think that I just say that, but you know, I don't say that lightly, because you know, when it comes down to it, you know, we have to make sure that we're doing right by our players.
Absolutely.
And if we're not, people are going to know, and then they're going to know that we're not being serious. But I mean, if you come out here and you see what they've done today, and you know, I really think that you guys are going to do a great job and get Vegas back to where it really needs to be.
Thank you. Well, I'll tell you what we've really tried to do for this next season coming up is make sure that we not only put out a product that people want to come and join, but we want to make it affordable.
Right.
So we've had to work really hard with the golf courses to try to get their rates down for us to get a contract.
Right.
And if you go on, on our website and you see what our tournament fees are, it's the best that it's ever been.
Yeah, well, yeah, because I talked about it, briefly, about a month or so ago, and I couldn't believe the prices you were getting. I'm like, you just keep rolling with what you got. Then don't listen to me.
I remember that phone call.
Yeah,
he looked at me and he said, "You guys have a 2-day major for $200." He's like, "Something has to be wrong." I'm like, "No, it's not a typo, sir." We really did get that contract.
Man, it's crazy because I mean, this is a major metropolitan area. It's not like, pick I don't know, it's not
Utah.
Charleston. It's not Charleston.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know how you do it. I mean,
well,
because we can't. We're not even close to anything that in Atlanta. We were never really close to anything like that in DC. So in Chicago and St. Louis and all these other places. So good on you.
And I will tell you that for 3 years prior to this, you couldn't do it either.
Well,
but we have been very fortunate to build some relationships with some of these golf courses and some of the the tournament directors that are at these golf courses to be able to say, "Hey, listen, here's what we're doing. This is what the product we want to showcase your course and put together something that's going to look good for everybody."
Right.
So in having the relationships that I've had, I mean, I've lived here for 39 years now. So I've played a lot of golf and seen a lot of things here in this town. So,
well, we don't need to talk about what you've seen. We'll talk about that later tonight.
No, sir.
Well, Randy, I know we got a lot to do to wrap this thing up, and Dennis is calling me to take pictures. So, what I'd like to do is we'll get you scheduled for, like a nice 25, 30-minute in-depth interview about and love to hear what's going on in Vegas. And I'm sure players around the country are going to want to hear about it because, again, we talk about traveling to regionals all the time, but we've got a lot of guys that travel just to regular tournaments. And I think Vegas is a great destination, because you got some great courses out here. So I'd love to sit down and talk to you and go through some of that.
Yeah, we'll
sometime
love to.
in the near future.
Absolutely.
We'll get the schedule.
All right, Bob. Well, congratulations on a great tournament. First tournament under the belt.
Thank you, guys.
We'll talk to you soon.
We really appreciate you.
All right, Chris. Nice job this weekend. Let's go ahead and wrap this up. And for everybody that's listening and watching on Facebook and YouTube, thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, thank you. Be ready to hear my on-course interviews with myself that I did. Yesterday's was better than today's because there was no highlights today. No highlights.
We'll talk about it.
Maybe the flying V that I saw. I don't see ducks either, so maybe that was a highlight. I don't know.
What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, man. And we'll leave it on that. All right, Chris, it's all over with, and everybody's heading home except for, we got a lot of people's flights canceled, and so they're going to be hanging out here in Vegas. But not you. You got to catch a flight.
I got to catch a flight. We still got a while, so we're okay. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be crazy to see what happens at the airport with people that just find out their flights are canceled. I hope that they make it home safely and not have to wait a couple of days. We don't know with the storm, but I'm glad to get home. After today's round, I ready for a shower, and yeah.
I understand. I hope I can get home tomorrow. I mean, it's looking like everything's okay, but because that'd be a mess.
Yeah. With your plans coming up, that would be a mess. But
yeah,
I understand.
Yeah, we got a lot of good things going on, and a lot of behind the scenes going on. For the tour and the podcast.
Right.
That I think coming down the road real soon is going to pay off, and I think our listeners are really going to like it.
Oh yeah, I think doing this was great, and like I said earlier, we were able to get all 5 champions to come and talk. We're going to try our best to do the first round leaders, see how they're feeling after their first round and what their plans are that night. Kind of get that mindset to see how our listeners can see how these first round leaders in a huge tournament take it into day 2.
Exactly. But everybody worked. Did a phenomenal job, and I said this in the live piece. There was like 10 tour directors here.
Yes,
it's freaking awesome.
And won. We almost had 2.
Had 2 wins.
In champ flight.
Matt Foch finished with one back, and
I would say 1.5 because we had the
son of a tour director.
Right.
Yeah.
That kind of counts a little bit.
Yeah, it definitely counts. But again, he probably should have led with that. But that's okay. He's young. We'll cut him some slack.
He was a little quiet.
Yeah,
he was a little quiet, but
that's okay. It's
Did you see though his face light up when we said a 13-year-old won?
Yep.
Because it kind of gave him hope that I can win.
Exactly.
And that's what we want.
Yeah, keep after it. To everybody. Especially these kids that are playing, because we're getting more and more on the tour across the nation. Dude, keep after it. This is something you can do your entire life. Keep working, keep going to the range, get on the putting green, chip and putt up and down. Now, we'll get you there too. But I love it when the kids win. I really do.
I do too. I do too, because my 8-year-old has been begging me for a set of clubs. Only problem is he's lefty, which is hard to find for an 8-year-old. But once I get him those clubs, I know he's going to want to play, and maybe we'll have him out here.
I'd love to have him.
That'd be a fun time.
It would be.
So we'll see. We'll see what happens. He's a talker, though.
That's all right.
I'm warning you now. He talks as much as I putt.
Oh, boy. But that's all right. That's okay. Kids, it's okay. We can let kids slide with some certain things, and talking's one of them.
Right.
Right. So, it was great seeing you and hanging out.
Likewise.
Vegas is a fun time. We both stayed out of trouble.
Right.
Okay. We're not just saying that. We really stayed out of trouble, which is not easy to do here. But it's great seeing you. And as of now, our next trip is scheduled for the first weekend in June.
Yep.
That may stay. I mean, we're definitely going the first weekend in June. That may not be the first time I see you again, but for now, that's where we're going with.
Right. And it's going to be a fun time out there. And then we turn it back around and go the next weekend.
Go to Louisiana with Louisiana North, Gina. Let me just say this before we go. Gina really made my day yesterday. After the live broadcast, she called and said some very kind things, but then she followed it up and she called Jen and really kind of took it a step further and said some really great things. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate those kind words. To know that there's other tour directors out there that are listening and feel the same way that she does. And
agree.
And then to share those good things instead of just keeping so that we know that really made my day.
No, it was great. It was great to see. Once we signed off, to see that phone call, and immediately she was like, "Put me on speaker. I want Tim to hear this." I'm like, "He's on the phone with Jen," but no, it's great. I've been able to be privileged enough to be able to help her. This is her second or third year, but be able to kind of see where she's grown.
Yeah.
Because one, it's tough to be a new director.
It is.
But two, it's tough to be a female new director. Right. And we have a good handful now.
Well, if you look at it, some of the best. I mean, look at Michelle.
Right.
I mean, she's killing it.
And not taking names and not looking back.
Right.
And it's great to see. we're going to be out there. I mean, and that's what we kind of planned,
right?
To give these female directors a spotlight for a little bit.
Because they deserve it. They work hard for it.
Right. And be out there. I've never been to Michigan. I'm excited to go out there and check it out. I've never been to Louisiana, so I'm excited to go check that out.
You've never been to Louisiana. You live right next door.
Next door, 24-hour drive next door. Like I ain't driving there. If I'm going anywhere, it's to Florida, and I'm waving as we fly by for that 30 minutes.
Okay.
But I can't wait, and my wife's going with me on that one. So maybe spend a little time in New Orleans and then drive our way up. We'll see.
Okay.
But can't wait. I'm excited.
It's going to be fun times. And I know you got your first tournament coming up here in a couple weeks.
Yep.
Wish you and the players the best. And I think the one thing we do want to announce is, we generally drop our episodes on Wednesdays. We're going to change that schedule up a little bit.
No, I agree. We got to see our numbers from last year. It's great to see that we're having success. We didn't know when we started where this would go, and look at this now. We're being able to travel the country, and do what we do, and it's only been a little over a year.
Right.
So we've talked, we've had our conversations, and I think we're stepping in the right direction.
Yeah, I think so too. So from here on out, our episodes will drop every other Monday, and so the next episode will come out January 29th.
Yep. Right after my first event.
All right. So you better be ready.
Oh,
You better be ready.
We'll be all right.
All right.
I may have a win or two after that.
So
I'm planning on going to Arizona for I always go to their opener. So maybe I'll come home with 2 wins and less than 30 putts. We'll see.
Let's hope so.
I don't know how my putting became the joke of this podcast, but it's encouraged me to practice that.
That's the real key, right? I mean, you hit the ball really well. Maybe not this weekend. What was a good example, but the key is, when you miss the green or you're short, to be able to get up and down,
right?
And that's, to me, I think for you, that's going to be the biggest improvement that you can see, that you're going to be able to see in your score.
Right. Like I said today, I had the ups, I didn't have the downs. And when you get both of those, and like our Sea Flight champ said, he had up and downs today, and that's what helped him win.
It's awesome, isn't it?
Yep. Yeah, it was great to see, have him on there, and then see his mom here, smiling because her little baby's on a podcast and won a regional, and
that's a big deal.
It's good to see.
Yeah, it is. Well, as always, if you have questions, please make sure you send us an email. You can email me at TimNATC@amateurgolftour.net, and Chris,
elpaso @amateurgolftour.net.
And you start wearing your shirts, man.
Yes,
we got. I need to start seeing some shirts.
Yeah, I mean, even if we don't have the hashtag ready, please tag Golf Week, put it on there, and we will see it.
Yeah,
January is almost over, and if we don't have a winner in January, that's one easy win. Right.
All right.
I mean, there's only 8 winners we're gonna have. Why not have one? I mean, if I could enter, you would see some crazy shirts, but I can't. And I've encouraged my tour to bring their shirts. Maybe we'll have one on my event on the 27th.
I hope so.
But there were a lot of outerwear today. And remember,
it's got to be over top.
Yep.
It has to be over top.
Yep. I mean, even if you put outerwear and then the shirt on top, that counts.
Exactly.
We just got to be able to see it all around.
All around. All right, my friend. Well, you travel home safely. Good luck over the next few weeks, and we'll talk to you soon.
Yes, sir. Likewise.
Chris, we didn't do it again.
What didn't we do?
We didn't say how to join the tour.
That's right. It's simple. All you need to do is go to amateurgolftour.net, click the Join the Tour button, and pay your local tour's membership.
Thanks, Chris. Membership for 2024 is open, so register today to join the oldest, largest, and best amateur tour in the country.